Hello, I'm Ryan Zink, and this is Creative Intuitive Solutions, where I teach you how to use your imagination, your creativity to create energetic change and find solutions. So, today I want to talk more about awareness and consciousness, and I specifically want to talk about consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconsciousness. And I have some pretty cheesy examples to explain this, but please bear with me because they're just really simple and everyone can kind of get a picture of what I'm trying to say. And don't take my word for it. Explore, see if this is true for you. If it's not, great. And if you just like watching me in my video, that's fine too. So I'm going to use a kitchen as a scenario and the cupboards and the items within the cupboards for my scenario. So for me, in my reality and in my perspective, consciousness represents main, key categories, concepts, or ideas. So I'm going to use the example of happiness today in this kitchen scenario. So happiness can represent my countertop, my cupboard, and my cupboards. And that can be consciousness. So that is a main category that everybody is aware of. So if you go to most any country and ask most any person what happiness is, they'll be able to tell you, in their language and with their experience, what happiness means for them. So that is consciousness. It's a main category that kind of everybody is kind of aware of. That's consciousness. So I've got these cupboards, and these cupboards are going to, in this example, represent happiness, okay? So subconscious, people think of this as the unconscious mind. And from my perspective, that is not true. So in a way, in this example, it can go unconscious, but it's not meant to go unconscious. So to me, subconscious means subcategory. So subconscious is kind of the guts of consciousness. It's within consciousness and it's what creates it. So my cabinets are representing happiness right now. And inside I've got bowls, plates, maybe I've got snacks from the store, or I've got mixers or utensils or just whatever goes in a kitchen and the cupboard, right? So my bowls, my plates, my food, and all the utensils in my kitchen and the cupboard, those can be a representation of subconscious in this example. So for happiness, which is my kitchen cabinets, the inside of the cupboards, my plates and my utensils can represent smiling, or they can represent smiling. So or they could, what's another part of happiness? Just feeling that feeling inside. So that feeling inside could be a snack or something inside my cupboard. So you've got consciousness, which is kind of the main, or happiness, which is kind of the main category, which is the cupboards. And then within inside are all the things that are filled, that represent happiness. Not represent happiness, but in this example, are happiness. So the subcategory would be smiling, or whatever you feel when you are happy. Whatever that means for you. That would be the subcategory. So eating dinner with somebody could be a subcategory of happiness, or going to a movie could be a subcategory of happiness, or texting somebody could be a subcategory of happiness. Whatever that is for you. So conscious, subconscious. So for me, subconscious is not necessarily unconscious. Now in this example and in this scenario, unconscious would be if my friend came over to my house and put a jar of honey in my cupboard, I would be unconscious that that was there. It would be foreign to me. I wouldn't know it was there, but I'd have this jar of honey in my cupboard. Or if I was traumatized in some way, or out of my body, or inebriated or something, and I put a jar of honey in my cupboard, but I didn't know about it, I could maybe, and for this case of this scenario, have Alzheimer's or dementia, or be really super drunk or something, or somebody could have brutally beaten me and I've just stumbled in and put this jar of honey in my cupboard. It's unconscious is not knowing what is there, what is in the cupboard. And normally you didn't put it there if it's unconscious. Or if it's there, it may have flown out of your consciousness because it's been there for so long you forgot about it. So that's when something can kind of go unconscious. But for the most part, consciousness is the main category and subconscious is the subcategory. So you've got your main category, which would in this case be the cabinet, and then the subcategory, which would be all of the dishes in it. So happiness, and then all the things representing happiness. Unconscious being something that was put there that you didn't know that was put there, or it's been there for so long that you've forgotten about it. So to me, that is the definition of consciousness and subconscious and unconscious. So when something becomes conscious, so say I didn't know about that jar of honey that was there, I might be really, since we're talking about happiness that I found a jar of honey because I like honey. But if I found something in that cupboard that I didn't like, that I didn't put there, or that I wasn't aware that was there, like a snake or something, I would be really, really freaking out and upset. So when people are becoming aware of conscious and subconscious and kind of what is in there, and all it really is opening up the cupboard and taking a look. If it's a jar of honey or something you like, it's really good. And if it's something scary like a spider or a snake that you're not too fond of, it can be, shocking, at times to see what's there. So that's all for today. If you'd like to check me out or book an appointment for a private one-to-one session, facebook.com/88CIS88. Thanks.